She grew up calling her kidnapper mom. On July 10th of 1998, Shannara Mobley gave birth to her first child, Kamiyah, at University Medical Center in Jacksonville, Florida. Just 8 hours later, a nurse walked in her room. She calmly spoke to her and said that the newborn baby needed some routine tests. So Shannara handed over her baby and awaited her return. But that nurse never came back. You see, her name was Gloria Williams. She'd recently suffered a miscarriage, and in a state of an emotional collapse, she drove Kamiyah nearly 200 miles back to Walterboro, South Carolina. Upon arrival, she renamed her to Alexis Manigo, and she just raised her as her own kid as if nothing ever happened. So for the next 18 years, Kamiyah grew up in this home, and she had no clue that she wasn't Gloria's real daughter. She went to school, had friends, even got a boyfriend. Everything seemed normal until she tried to apply for her first job at 16 and realized that she had no social security number and there was no birth certificate. That's when Gloria finally sat her down and confessed to exactly what happened. But Kamiyah didn't turn her in or try to run away or anything like that. She stayed and kept the secret and tried to live with that truth. However, that wouldn't last long either because someone else came forward. In 2016, 2 anonymous tips were submitted to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The details seemed to line up, so investigators tracked down the girl known as Alexis and performed a DNA test. In early 2017, it confirmed the police's suspicions. She was, in fact, Kamiyah Mobley, the baby that was stolen from a hospital nearly 2 decades earlier. She was reunited with her biological parents, Shannara and Craig, who had spent years begging for answers. She had aged a bit, of course, and she wasn't crying all the time anymore, but it was still their baby. Gloria Williams was arrested. She pled guilty and in 2018 was sentenced to 18 years for kidnapping and interference with custody. Even then, Kamiyah publicly supported her, saying in a statement, "I need my mother home." Her story made headlines across the country. There was a book, a movie, and loads of interviews on TV. But behind all that is a girl still trying to figure out who she really is. She can't figure out if she wants the life that was stolen from her or the only one that she ever really knew. If you have any cases you'd like to see covered, please leave them in the comments below and make sure to hit that follow button so you can be notified when I post them.